Hey everybody, it's Jordan here. I'm just making this video real quick to show you basically what I see that's quite common when people buy new vehicles. They end up getting what's called negative equity. And what negative equity means is you owe to the bank more money than what your vehicle's worth. There are a couple ways to avoid this, but I see it's very common and I don't like seeing people in negative equity. So not behind me, but I did make a graph. I'm gonna go through it, but definitely I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I hope it's really helpful so that you guys can make a better financial decision when looking at a vehicle. So what I have here is a graph. So here I have the dotted line is what you owe, and the straight line is the value of the vehicle. So here we have value or amount, and here we have time and kilometers on this axis. So basically what you're saying is when you buy a new vehicle, you're going to take a hit of depreciation. Reason for that is because on a pre-owned vehicle, the bank gives us a higher interest rate. So say we take in something that's a month old, and we take in something that's a month old and you're looking at a new vehicle, that vehicle with a higher interest rate is going to have to be a lower payment, because why else would they buy that vehicle, right? So that's where the depreciation comes in. So you get this initial hit of depreciation, then it kind of levels out and then kind of stays steady there. You will see a little bit of a dip after 100,000, but not as big as you will here. And after 60,000, just because it's from the comprehensive warranty. So oftentimes, if you take your loan over an 8-year period, which most people do, your break-even point will be the 4 years, right? Because you'll pay this off and then your vehicle will even out. What I see a lot of people is at 3 years or 2 years, they will buy it out, or they'll pay it out. So if 3 years, you will carry over this difference into your other vehicle. So what you will want to avoid in 2 years the same way. Or what I've seen some people do is, instead of, say they drive a little bit longer, they'll put on 80,000 kilometers in 3 years. So what that does is this 80,000 kilometer will be right here, value. So in 3 years, they'll put on 4 years of driving in 3 years, and they'll have to pay out that difference. Now, how that can be avoided is if you are a driver who's driving along like a lot of kilometers, shortening this term to say either a 7-year, a 6-year, a 5-year, just means that you're not going to be in that same situation. So a 5-year term, just, this is a rough graph, and every vehicle is a little bit different, but rough graph, if you're putting on 2 years worth of driving for every year, maybe taking it over a 5-year term might work better. So, but yeah, I hope that clarifies. I don't like seeing people in negative equity. So if you do take a vehicle over an 8-year term, I suggest waiting 4 years to even look at trading, just because that's your break-even point. If you're driving a little bit more kilometers per year than the average person, definitely take it over a shorter term. It is a little bit more money, but you're also depreciating your vehicle a little bit faster, right? And if you are putting average K on, then taking it over an 8-year term is really good, if you plan on keeping that vehicle for a really long time. So what you want to do is just avoid trading your vehicle off when you're in this zone, because that'll carry over, and next time your payments will be higher. The time you trade after that, your payments will be higher. Maybe the first vehicle you carry over 5,000, the next vehicle you carry over 10,000, the next vehicle you carry over 20,000, and the last vehicle you carry over like 25,000. Like, it can add up real quick, and it's a lot of extra payment for a vehicle that you don't actually need to make that payment on. So I hope this helps. I hope this makes sense. Definitely want to see you guys make good financial decisions and not end up owing a bunch of money on a vehicle that's not worth it. Don't like seeing that, but if you have any questions, give me a shout, let me know. Thanks.